Hey, welcome. It's Friday morning, and here's your 1.3 homework, notes for today. Make sure this is turned in by 2:30 today, otherwise you get a 0. So I went ahead and played this game for us and wrote down kings and aces in this chart. There were 2 aces and 3 kings, and I filled out this chart, and these are the results I got. You can do this yourself if you would like, or you can just kind of follow along. So now, the check marks at the bottom here are the ones that you win. If you get 2 aces or if you get 2 kings, you win. And notice I didn't get any of the 2 aces. So let's use a tree diagram to calculate the theoretical probability. Remember, theoretical probability is what's supposed to happen, not necessarily what does happen. All right, so we have 2 types of cards. All right, we have 2 out of 5 aces, and kings, we have 3 out of 5. All right, and then from there, you have the probability on the second draw. We are not returning the first card we draw. So in this first one here, we are to assume we drew an ace. Okay, so that means to get another ace, that's 1 out of 4 chances because there's only 4 cards left, and one of the aces already was chosen. All right, same thing with the next one. To get a king, there are still 3 left if you drew ace first. So out of the 4 cards that are left in the second draw, if you drew an ace, there are 3 out of 4 chances of getting a king. All right, so let's look at the bottom arm here. There are 3 out of 5 chances of getting a king on the first draw. Now, let's suppose we got the king on the first draw, and we want to get an ace. Now, there's still 2 aces left, but there's only 4 cards left. So remember, the bottom number is the total number of possibilities. And you have kings left. How many? If you drew 1 at the beginning, that means there's only 2 left out of the 4 cards. All right, so that's where we have our tree diagram. It tells us the probabilities. All right, so now let's find the theoretical probability of winning the game. Okay, so to find the theoretical probability of this, you got to have 2 aces or 2 kings. All right, so the probability of drawing an ace and then another ace, and means multiplication, without replacement, that's 2/5 times 1/4, which is 2/20. And the probability of getting a king and then another king is 3/5 times 2/4. That's, fourths, not fifths. That would be 6/20. All right, so what's the probability here? The probability of getting 2 aces or 2 kings. So the or means we add the 2 probabilities together. 2/20 plus 6/20 is going to be 8/20 or 4/10, 0.4. Okay, you have a 40% probability of getting 2 aces or 2 kings. So let's do one thing here. Let's make sure our tree diagram adds up to 1. So you're supposed to multiply straight across here. So ace to king, we have 2/5 times 3/4, and that's going to be 6/20. Okay, and then king to ace, we have 3/5 times 2/4, and that's going to be 6/20. And if we add all these together, let's just use yellow here. These are your 4 outcomes here. 2 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. There's 3 6s there. That's 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 out of 20 is 1. Excellent. So let's go to the next page here to look at the key ideas and understanding independent events. So independent events means that one draw does not affect the other. And the only way that could happen is if you put the cards back. Okay, so what we just got done doing was a dependent event. Okay, so dependent event is one event that does affect the other probability. Meaning, if we didn't put the card back, then there were only 4 cards left to draw from in the 5 cards that we used. So those are dependent events. Okay, And let's see here. We got the probability of A given B. That's the probability of A and B happening divided by the probability of B. Okay, so check your understanding here. Jacoy has a Spotify playlist with over 1,000 songs. All of the songs are classified as either pop or rock. All right, so let's make sure we understand that. There's 1,000 songs, with 40% being pop and 60% being rock. All right, so I'm just going to put that up here. Let's use a different color. So 0.4 and 0.6. All right, of the pop songs, 80% of them are short, less than 3 minutes, while only 25% of the rock songs are short. Suppose that Jacoy uses shuffle play to choose his first song of the day. Construct a tree diagram to model this process. Okay, so first you have either pop or rock. Okay, and from the pop section, we have 0.8 that's short and 0.2 that's long. And the rock is 0.25 short and 0.75 long. Okay, so putting all the different pieces together, it's going to choose between pop and rock, and then it's going to choose between short and long. Okay, again, to choose the pop is 0.4 and choose rock is 0.6 probability. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go through multiplying through to the other, to add them all together to make sure they add up to 1. So 0.4 times 0.8 is 0.32. 0.4 times 0.2 is 0.8. Let's see here. I'm sorry, 0.08. And 0.6 times 0.25 is going to be 0.15, and 0.6 times 0.75 is 0.45. All right, add those together. Make sure they add up to 1, and they do. Okay, so those are your probabilities on the right side here of getting what we want. Okay, so a pop short song is 32% probability of picking that. Okay, describe the meaning of the 80% in the tree diagram. So if it's asking about the 80%, what that means on the short side here. If a pop song is chosen, it's an 80% probability that it's going to choose a short song. That's what that means. Okay, so let's go on. What is the probability that a short pop song is chosen? A short pop song, well, that would be the 0.32 or 32% chance that it's going to choose that. All right, what's the probability that a short rock song is chosen? A short rock song, so that would be 0.15 according to our data here, 15% chance. And find the probability that a short song is chosen. Well, you look at both short songs, 0.32 and 0.15, and that would give you 0.47 or 47% chance that you get just a short song in general. Neither pop, or could be pop or rock. Okay, so number 6, given that the song selected is short, what is the probability that it was a pop song? All right, so let's take a look at this in a different way here. You have a pop song. Let me change colors here. You have a pop song or a rock song. You have a short song or a long song. Okay, so if we look at these, and for it to be a pop short song, that probably is 0.32. A pop long song is 0.08. And a rock short song is 0.15. And a rock long song is 0.45. Now, this says given that the song selected is short. Remember, the givens, you're only looking at that given information. So out of the givens here, What is the probability that it was a pop song? So it's going to be the 0.32 out of the total of all that given. The total of the given is 0.47, which we did in number 5. Okay, so 0.32 over 0.47. And that should give you about 0.68. Okay, so the probability that your song was a pop song, given that it was short, is 68%. Okay, so the tree diagrams can help you, and just making a chart can help you. Remember, anytime there's a given and you can draw a chart, just fill that chart out and only deal with the given information. All right, so that is your notes. Those are your notes for Friday. Make sure those are done by 2:30 today, and then on Monday we'll start the homework. So, and that'll be the only thing you do next week. All right. So let me make sure that's what I actually said to you in a former email. And no, I'm sorry. So your notes are due by 2:30 today, and the homework is due before Monday. We're going to actually start the next section on Monday. Then that will be the only thing we're doing, okay? So I'm going to send out this video, which you should have already listened to, and also a picture of your homework. Make sure that's done before Monday.